There's no better bet than a sporting bet.
Welcome back to Sporting Bet TV, and the Victorian Spring Carnival might be over, but everything heads to Western Australia. Super Saturday, the Winterbottom Stakes and the Group 1 Railways are welcoming Richard Callender. We need the great man this weekend because the horses in the west, we've got to line them up against the horses from the east coming over. Always a tough thing to do.
Well, I've been to Perth 3 times in the last 12 months, Duncan. Since they've really pumped a lot of money into this carnival, they're getting good quality horses from both Sydney, Brisbane this year, of course, Buffering, and Robbie Heathcote taking a team over, and also Melbourne. So some good quality racing, but it's all about horses that get over there, can adapt, and the style of racing and the speed in races. So very keen this weekend. Spent a lot of time last night. Think I can go there and get some money. All
right, beautiful. We mentioned Buffering. Let's bring up the Winterbottom Stakes market for this Super Saturday in Perth and Buffering. Well, it took him ages to win one Group 1, but then he went whack whack and won two. 230 here. BARAKEY, can he come back from that injury? Unbeaten over there, $4. Spirit of Boom, is it the forgotten horse? $7. Moment of Change. Also there, then we go out to the locals, $51. We cross the page. There's a few others there. Out to Tiger Pete at $101, Rich, but it's all at the top of the market. If Buffering's got his A game, can BARAKEY beat him?
Look, I was there last year when he won the Winterbottom BARAKEY. It was one of the best performances you've seen on a racetrack. As you rightly said, he's 12 from 12 in Western Australia. Only time he got beat when he pulled up Saw in the Newmarket when he came across to Melbourne earlier this year. His first up run, no doubt he blew. He took a big blow out of that. But he's had a month to get over that, and I love that part that Jimmy Taylor's given him that month to get over it. What you got to remember is I don't think they'll let Buffering do what he did in Melbourne. He crawled in the Sprint Classic, and really the race is over after a furlong. I think the West Aussies will make him punch up. I think BARAKEY's got good speed. Whether it kicks up or whether it takes a sit, I think it's the one to. I'm sticking with the West Aussie, Jimmy Taylor, Jason Brown on board. I think he can. Look, he's no doubt he's got to improve from his first up run, but I think he will. The big key for me is that he's had a month since that run. He's gone back to the trials and he trialled outstanding last week for my eye. Tipping BARAKEY to beat Buffering.
All right, well, let's bring up the other Group 1 on the program. That's the Railway Stakes. A time-honoured race, and, well, smoking Joey, hasn't he turned it around since he changed stables? Longport at $6.50, Plucky Bell at $8, Fire Up Fifi, Robbie Heathcote, he's been on fire at $9, King Capel at $12, Mr. Mowat drawing the car park, $16. Can he do it for Adam Durant back on home soil? Terrific. Then out to Ranger, $21, always puts in good performances this time of year, as does Grand Nirvana at $34. What are we doing here, Rich? Looks a tough race, the Railway.
Most definitely, Duncan. The barriers and luck in running is going to play a huge role. A lot of horses have drawn bad. Like I was half thinking, I was trying to work out where Fire Up Fifi was going to be in the run. Playing, look, Smoking Joey's firing. Wes Hunter just serves pat on the back. How good's he got this galloper flying? Different environment, they improved. I just wonder, that run, he had the quick backup after winning on Derby Day to back up the Stakes Day.
How many grand finals can you go for?
Yeah, and it wasn't an easy run in the Emirates. It was a tough run, and I think that the best horse I think in Australia nearly beat him at the moment, called Bowman. Yeah. So, look. And I'll tell you what's a roughie, Dunk. I'm having $2 on him, Lucky Grey. I know he's drawn the car park. I loved his run coming off the month break in the Lee Steer Stakes. I'm going to go for a bit of value here, Dunk. Trained by Sam Pritchard Gordon, this lightly raced 6-year-old. Mutual Trust. He comes off a 4-week break. He's had a trial in between. He's running in the Sale Cup, was terrific behind Moro. The form looks terrific out of the race, and I think he's just drawn to get the perfect run. And have a guess who goes back on board. D. Oliver. He's on fire. He's a boy from the West, born and bred West Aussie. I think Ollie can go back over with Sam Pritchard Gordon, who I must admit I've become a wrap on. The horses he produced for the races all look terrific and are racing well. For me, a little bit of value here in the Railway. Mutual Trust at double figures. All
right, well, let's have a look at the guineas for 3-year-olds. And, well, a favourite here that's just been on fire. It's lost one race, which was the race I backed it on debut. Miss Rose Delago, $3.40. Vitello. Well, can it go over there? Well, I've produced that performance. It did on Melbourne Cup Day at ranked $5.50, St Bro at $7, Run for Rum at $10. Then we go all the way and Mow at Me $21. As we turn the page, probably Vital Importance, the only one that's been back there at odds, 51 into 41. But surely Vitello, Rich, if it travels well, it's got to be hard to beat.
I agree, Dunk.
Miss Rose Delago on the quick backup, but geez, it had an easy lead. It went hard. But what was the quality behind like?
Well, let me tell you, I don't think the quality was a lot behind Vitello the other day as well. Like Untitled got beat at the provincials this week in Sydney. And got beat by about 10. Admittedly, it was a wet track. But the biggest key for me is Vitello goes back to the mile.
Yep.
And I think that's the big key. I don't think he's ready, mature enough to run the 1800 or 2000. It was 1800 last time out. I think he just got very tired. I think from a soft barrier, he punches up. If there's no speed, he leads, but he'll take a sit if he has to, Vitello. You go back 2 runs ago, his mile, he finished a half length behind Kiramosa, who come out and won the Oaks, we know, and Best Case, who, of course, was running in the Sandown Guineas and those type of races, in good quality races. I like Vitello. Oliver Gay Waterhouse. Gay's horses are travelling good at the moment, and I think from a soft barrier, I'll go for Vitello over there at Ascot in Western Australia.
Beautiful, Rich. Well, what are the punters doing? We love your best bet from around the country. Are we coming back home, or are we going a bit away this week?
I keep saying it, Dunk. Very good cricket in the backyard. No good out in the open for them. We've backed this horse before, Dunk, and they're betting black odds again. TERRAVISTA. I think it's a star, and a lot of people say, "Oh, he's drawn 11 this week."
Yeah, he's drawn trailing behind them last time.
Yeah, he's drawn the outside back. Well, you know what?
I thought he stopped at the 100 because he thought it was over.
He goes to 1400 metres.
Yeah,
mate. There's no real speed in the race. I think Huey Bowman, who's back from South Africa, just cruises across. I think he goes straight to the front on my speed, Matt. Wouldn't surprise me though if he sits second or third and he's got too good a turn of foot for them. I'll be betting up here. I'll be unloading on this. I think it'll win. I think he's a group horse in the making.
Yep.
Joe Pride just trying to get his rating up, so come the autumn or the winter and that he can get into those better races. I'm not worried about the barrier whatsoever at the 1400 on the Kensington track. Race 5 in Sydney for me. Number 7, TERRAVISTA, the best bet of the day nationwide.
All right, Richie sounding very confident. What about a roughie for the punters? Rich, a bit of each way special somewhere. Where are we going?
Well, this falls into the each way special because it's got the heart the size of a split caraway seed on a few occasions and doesn't like winning. ANUDJAWUN, 39 starts, Dunk, 1 win and 14 placings. But let me tell you, Saturday is the day.
He's due.
Saturday is the day. 54 kilos on his back. Nikita McLean's on board, trained by Sean Dwyer. I loved his run at Moonee Valley the other day behind Years a Lot, who kept rolling. Goes to 3,000. You know he's only win. He's come at 1,400 metres. I'm telling you, I've never been more confident that this is the weekend. And I think he's a bet to nothing.
It's up to his great trip.
Well, I think he's a bet to nothing because I think he runs a hole from a perfect barrier. This race is what you call got a long tail. Long tail. Thubian, Braid Rowan, ANUDJAWUN, and really one other down the bottom, Trojan Destiny, who won by 100 yards at Echuca the other day at the 2 mile. That's only 4 I've got, and perhaps packing Empire behind them. He runs a place no matter what, $7 each way all day. All
right, beautiful. What about the exotic punters, Rich? You've been on fire with your tips there. QUINELLA, I think, today, or are we going to trifecta? What are we doing?
QUINELLA, bang. There's only 2 opes in a race. Don't you love that?
Love it.
Just go, bang, thank you, collect. Race 2 in Sydney, the McGrath Estate Agents, 15.50, benchmark 73. Chris Waller's pair, Emma Varcio, who I thought was terrific the other day, behind Foreign Prince, who dictated the terms up in front. Drops a kilo at number 5, Made to Order. She was outstanding.
Yep.
Only winning a 3-year-old filly's maiden, but she had 59. She drops to 54.5, gets a soft barrier. I think that's just a multi-QUINELLA. QUINELLA race 2 at Randwick Kensington track tomorrow. 2 and 5 race2.com.au.
Sounding very confident. Thanks for joining us, Rich.
You've got to be confident, Dunk. Don't go to the racetrack if you're not confident, honestly. Stay at home and argue with the missus. Confident, get out there. Mate of mine, you know what mate of mine told me, Dunk? You got to have a bet every day. He said, because otherwise you could be walking around lucky and not even know it.
Like the theory, Rich, maybe I'll